Hey guys, this is your LowerClass Hero here with the channel's very first deck list video. I'm going to talk about the leader, the list, and then a little discussion at the end. Stick around to find out about watching gameplay for this list and where you can find that at. That being said, let's dive into the deck. So this deck list video is going to be for Broly, and Broly the Legends Dawning. This beautiful leader card right here we got from seeing the movie. On his front side, when you attack a leader card, that's very important right there, that's his first restriction he has. You have to attack a leader card to get the rest of this ability. You take one card from your life and place it in the drop area. Essentially, you crit yourself. If you do, and that's the only part of the ability you have to meet, if you do so, you can mill up to 3 cards from the top of your deck, place them in the drop zone, and your opponent discards a card from their hand. You don't have to do the mill effect. As long as you take a life, your opponent's going to discard. When he awakens, he draws 2. He doesn't untap. It's very important. You're going to use that to generate card advantage though. So you need to use this side smart to set up your overrealm plays. Sometimes at 4 or less life, you'll want to swing with him unawakened first just to fuel an overrealm play that turn. On his backside, when he attacks, you draw 1 card. You can pop a non-black, non-token battle card to make your opponent discard a card. His activate main ability. Once per turn, you can discard a card from your hand, and your opponent chooses a battle card to pop. So you need to use these situationally, as they're not always needed. This side doesn't fuel overrealm as much as the front side, so be careful with that. Sometimes you'll find yourself stuck being able to do lots of overrealm plays early, and then you awaken, and you need to find another way to put cards in your drop zone. A couple rulings to take note of here is neither Caulifla nor Broly's Ring work with this guy. According to section 1-3-3 of the official rule manual, if a card effect directs a player to carry out a certain action, yet there is an active effect prohibiting that action, that effect is prioritized and the action is not conducted. What does this mean? This means 2 things. If you have Broly's Ring in play, when you try to activate Broly's awakened activate main ability, the ring prevents you from discarding a card from your hand. And because this is worded as a cost, that means the ability does not go off, because according to Rule 1-3-3, you did not/could not pay that cost. Also, if you have Unstoppable Ambition Super Saiyan Caulifla on the field, when you swing with this awakened Broly, Caulifla prevents you from popping a card, since the ability is worded, if you do so, and with Rule 1-3-3, you did not pay the cost. So it seems like Bandai thought of every way players would make use of this leader's ability and just put restrictions on it. Restriction after restriction after restriction. After playing it, however, though, the restrictions really aren't that bad. I don't believe it would be broken without those limitations, but it's not bad with them. So I could talk about this leader for another 10 minutes because I've had so much fun playing him with decks that are definitely not top tier, but they're actually good. So let's get into the build. So for your super combo, you have the only real choice here, Supreme Kai of Time World's Protector. So this says that once you have 5 cards in your drop zone, this is live. Most of the time you can get this live turn 1. Next we have our negate choices. We can go over Master Roshi, Forged of Will, and Flying Nimbus. I'm going to play 4 copies of each. The Master Roshi is your main negate. You're going to play him out to negate an attack, and then he's either going to be combo power, or most of the time, he's going to be fodder to your leader. And this is a great pop target for Awakened Broly. Flying Nimbus is for all those aggro decks, which are popular, and anybody who really wants to swing more than twice in 1 turn. This can be sided for Crusher Ball, if you want to. There's 3 Crusher Balls on the side, we're going to go over those later. Usually if you don't need Flying Nimbus, you side them out for the Crusher Balls. Alright, so you got your utility to 1 drop first, Time Control Chronoa. This is to stop Shugesh, which is going to be seeing more play as the World Tournament comes out. Specifically because of Jackie Chun, but it can be sided out for the non-yellow, non-Shugesh matchups. You want to side it out probably for yellow cards to up your yellow card ratio. And then you got your turn 1 and turn 2 plays. You have 2 chains here. First you have Youthful Bulma, draw card, and gives your leader a pop target. And your second turn 1, turn 2 play, it's going to be Adoptive Father-Son Gohan. Yes, we got the swap engine in here. You're going to swap him into either Caring Mother Videl or Scrambling Assault Son Goten. The Caring Mother Videl you're going to use for card advantage, That's probably your second priority after scrambling Assault Sun Goten. He's going to give you draw power, and he's going to give you a little bit of knowledge for leader milling, which is pretty important. It's only 3 cards, but at least you know those 3 cards you're not going to be milling, because sometimes it's important. And then you got your turn 3 plus plays, Toughened Up Chaosu and Toughened Up Krillin. This is a great combo in this deck that I found because it's so cheap to play out. It generates critical attacker and a easy pop target as long as you keep these guys in your hand. Because what you're going to do is you're going to play out Toughened Up Chaosu. And then after you play him, you're going to play Toughened Up Krillin. And because you got the Chaosu out, you're going to draw a card when you play the Krillin. He's going to go to 20,000 critical. And you're going to get that swing in with him. And then after that, Chaosu can go to 15,000 and be a blocker, but most of the time, because these guys don't have barrier because they're so low cost, it would be a little broken. But because they don't have barrier, they're usually going to get destroyed next turn anyways. So I find that most of the time, Toughened Up Chaosu is a good pop target for Broly. Or Krillin, depending on which one, if you have the other one in your hand or not. Alright, and then we got the black cards. So first up, we got Relentless Destruction Mira and Mira from the Darkness. We got 2 copies of each. These are going to be your early on overrealm plays. They don't cost anything to play out, they just have an overrealm cost. So you either have to have 3 cards in the drop zone for Relentless, or 4 cards in the drop zone for Mira from Darkness. The 3 cost, this little guy, he's going to make your opponent discard a card when he comes out, sticking with the theme of the deck. So you get a free neg1 and a free swing. This guy's got critical, so for 1 more card in your drop zone, and for a free cost, free energy cost I should say, you get a swing with a 20,000 crit body. That's going to be just all the crit you can swing at them. It's almost the same as having a drop effect, like this guy. Because they're either going to have to waste resources to block this attack, or they're going to take a card from their life straight to their drop zone, and they're not getting that card in their hand. Next up, you have your 2 late game black cards. We got Mirror Creator Absorbed and Scientist Fu. Scientist Fu is actually more of a utility card in this deck, and he's definitely an option of taking him up more than 2. Because with him, I've played him as early as turn 2. When you play him out, you draw 2 cards. So it's just whenever you need card advantage, you can pretty much play him out whenever you want to. He's a 25,000 double striker as well, so he has the opportunity to end games. He's actually only won me the game once so far. But the card advantage is mostly what he's important for. So you can use him anywhere from mid-game to late-game, really. And then we got Mirror Creator Absorbed, the coup de grace of the deck, especially with the extra card we're about to go over. With him, you play him out and he gets plus 5,000 for every card in your warp zone. So he hits hard. And then we got our utility card, Furthering Destruction Champa. He's gonna, you combo with him, you give something double strike and plus 10k. When you do that with this guy, that's a big hit that your opponent's usually not gonna be able to block, especially with all the discarding they're gonna be doing. And you save your Bad Ring Laser for this. Even if your opponent has a negate, you can Bad Ring Laser it, and it shuts them down. I've won a lot of games with this, especially because he's a 1-cost card to bring out that's easy to have that many cards in your overrealm. Alright, and then the last card, the Bad Ring Laser, just for what I just said, so usually gets played with the Mirror Creator Absorbed, because they're going to want to block that attack or one of the criticals. And when they go to negate it, you Bad Ring their negate, and you got it through. Especially if you have the Double Strike Champa, it can be really effective. Alright, so now we're going to go over the side deck. First we got Son Goku 2018 Championship Vanilla 30k for 3. This isn't here really because it's just a great sneak attack when you pair it with Further Destruction Champa or and even Bad Ring Laser. He becomes almost a second Mirror Creator Absorbed. You can drop the mirror on your opponent and then play through with your leader, and then you'd use your 3 energy to play one of these guys out, and they're looking at another 30k body. And then we got the second Bad Ring Laser. It's gonna get sided in if you feel you need it. And we got Crusher Balls. We got 3 Crusher Balls, sorry. These are sided in place of Nimbus for matchups where you have, like, you're going against Victory Strike decks or decks that usually only do 1 or 2 attacks per turn anyways. And you can just trade these Nimbuses out for Crusher Balls. And then we got Ox King, Dad at Heart. This guy he has a possibility to be an MVP. He gets all your yellow battle cards in the deck barrier, which is 27 targets in all. Over half your deck is a target for this guy, especially for the Goten, Krillin, and Chaozu. These two and Chaozu. If you give them barrier, it just makes it that much harder for your opponent to remove them, and they have to swing into them. Then we got for black cards, we have 2 Desperate Onslaught Bardock. He gets past barrier blockers, and he has crit. Not letting the battle cards in the battle area combo is that part of the ability is kind of underwhelming in this deck because the boards should never be big, but the crit and the no blockers makes up for it. And he's definitely got a use in here. Then we got 2 Time Ruler Toa. Time Ruler Toa adds more removal for Broly, and in this deck she's a 2-for-1 value because she's going to grab a sacrifice target for you. So you play her out, you get a body to attack with, and you're going to take a card from your opponent, and then you're going to swing with your leader. You're going to body another character on their side of the board, and you're going to pop the one that you just stole from them. So it saves you a card, and you're effectively taking 2 from your opponent. And the last one we got is Masked Saiyan, the Mysterious Warrior. With decks like Veggies, 1-2 Swap, and all the World Tournament cards coming out now, he's going to be great in matchups like that, especially he can pop in almost all the Veggies. He can pop all the 1-2 Swap cards, and any of the World Tournament cards with barrier, so like this Chaozu and this Krillin here, it's perfect. I didn't have him in the first time I played this deck, and I played up against a deck that did, and I had 2 of each, Krillin and Chaozu out, and he played a Masked Saiyan down on me, and there went that board. So he's now in the side deck, great utility card, especially now and going forward. Alright, so let's talk about the color choice and the ratios. We wanted to focus on low-cost cards in this deck, because with Broly, you're going to find yourself always tapped out usually. You might save one for a Roshi or a Nimbus if you have it in your hand and you know you're going to need it. Other than that, you just want a lot of low-cost cards so you can play out multiple cards and have pop targets for Broly's effects. We went with yellow and black. Black, obviously, because Broly just feeds overrealm. And then yellow was just the favorite color I found. I had the most fun playing yellow. Some of the alternate builds include green-black Broly chains. I saw a red-green-black Veggies, minus the 2 green Unstoppable Caulifla. You just take her out. But that worked pretty well. Green, yellow, black, and red-black aggro. The only one I haven't played with is red-black aggro. I've played all the other versions. I did have fun. I wasn't fond of the green-yellow, but I had fun playing the Veggie package. I had fun playing the green-black Broly chain, but this one by far was just the most consistent, best working one I found. And even now, I plan on taking this deck forward and tweaking it just a little bit more, and we're going to find something that's competitive with this guy. Especially going into the future, this guy's only going to get better with set 5. Like Dark Power, Black Masked Saiyan, he's going to make defensive cards be discarding 2 more each time they want to be defensive. You got Deadly Defender Son Goku, he's basically a Black Vegito, so he's probably going to be going in here. Temporal Rescue Trunks as a second super combo for Black leaders. And you got Power Burst and Black Roshi Negates, so there's a lot to look forward to, especially for this guy in set 5, and I'm looking forward to mixing it up with him. I wanted to include some live matches and everything when I do my deck lists. So from now on going forward, when we put together deck lists like this, there's going to be gameplay either right at the end or like a part 2. For right now, I have a live match with this guy up on Twitch. You guys can go watch. We didn't win that game, unfortunately, but it does show you why a couple changes were made that are... So this deck will be the finished version. The one on there that you see will be pre-tweaks. But you get to see why we made those changes. And then we plan on filming some games, and we're going to put those up later. Those will be on YouTube, so look forward to that. So just comment below, let me know what you guys think of the deck, what you guys think of the alternate lists, and how you think he'll play after set 5. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys next time.